Hi everyone, my name is Lang,
And I'm Christina.
and we're talking. This is an episode of Drama Discussion.
Yay! Our first episode!
Yeah.
Yes, we're super excited.
So, what drama are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about Misty that ended back in March. It was a JTBC drama.
Yeah.
So many thoughts about Misty.
So many.
many thoughts.
So let's ask the main question here. So, what did you think about the ending?
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the ending. We talked about this earlier, but I did also believe that the ending was rushed. Like many comments on Drama Beam and online.
Yeah, I think it was rushed.
It was definitely rushed. They left it very ambiguous, foggy, misty for a reason. Ooh. Which I didn't like. I wish we had a more final, concrete type of ending where we know exactly where we stand, and they left it very ambiguous. So I found that kind of off-putting.
Well, for me, it was mostly like there was like certain plot holes that were happening in the final episode. But the main thing for me was like he didn't have to kill himself. Like her husband didn't have to kill himself.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason he killed himself. So my reasoning of why he committed suicide was it wasn't for her per se, it was for himself. Like he felt like a failure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to redeem his so-called like good husband, good son, kind of good everything persona was to kill himself.
Yeah, and I have a bit of a different opinion. I think the reason why he committed suicide is because when Jill Upa went back to jail for him for the second time to protect Goyahan, he left a note saying your punishment is to protect her until the end because he won't be around anymore. And when the detective came and said, I think you're the one who killed Kevin Lee and I will be on your ass for the rest of your life, to me the case is not closed. I think that pushed him over the edge. Now I agree with you in the sense that
I feel like that's not the reason
no.
that pushes him over the edge.
No, well,
because it's kind of like I don't know, like he's not that type of person to care about like some random detective.
That's what I disagree. I feel like he's the type of person who cares about everyone except himself. Like he cares about what his dad thinks. He cares about obviously what his wife thinks, and then the detective is on him. So on the contrary, I feel like this is the guy who wants to have this perfect life, and it all unravels because of this crime that he committed. Mm-hmm. And knowing that he could be exposed and that would be the end of not only his marriage but also like his wife's career, he chooses to erase himself from the equation entirely. But it could be a mix of both, you know? Maybe the detective was just that final straw.
He was just blowing air.
Yeah,
you know?
well, yeah, I don't know. He was so useless. That detective was so useless.
He looked cool though when he was investigating. He had like that he had a look that he was figuring out stuff, you know, but really he had no idea what he was doing.
Well, he had a lot of those, you know, hunches. And gut feelings, couldn't find any evidence.
Yeah, because he was going after going around for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's the one that. Because like I'm like what? Just
Yeah.
because he had a hunch from like a case way back in the day.
Yeah, it was just random. Yeah. So I mean, the detective was definitely one of the weaker points of the drama. I agree totally.
No, but I feel like so that ending scene with the husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he was there to kind of voice what everyone was thinking. Like,
yeah,
you know?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking that. I mean,
Like,
I'm one of those people who really wanted them to have a happy ending, even though I knew it would be like, how do you recover from such betrayal, right? I still wanted them to have
move
a happy
to America.
ending. Yes, like they always do in dramas.
America is so far away.
Or yeah,
Got a son who's doing bad? Send him to America.
That's true. That's funny.
On the run from the police?
Go to America. So they could have gone to America and, you know, rebuild a life there.
Yeah.
But
so let's talk about the main character.
yes. Oh my God. I loved Goyahan, and I was very happy to see that Kim Namju actually won for Best Actress, and because she completely deserves that. It was her first drama, I think, in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
so
like
it
I
was
haven't seen her.
Yeah, it was a
in
comeback
any dramas.
drama for her. A very strong character. I loved how, I mean, her character had integrity, but only in certain situations and with certain people. And I kind of liked how she told the line between being a little illegal but it was still for a good reason in a way. And I mean, a lot
she
of it
was all about the news, the integrity of the news, right?
And she was definitely self-serving in some of the things that she did.
Of course, yeah.
And she went kind of far to protect her position in the newsroom. But I was happy that she went that far. I loved how she played the young girl that was trying to, the young up-and-comer. When she framed her with Kevin Lee in the car and she took pictures. Yeah. I loved it. I mean, I don't know if I would have had the balls to do something similar.
So was it her that took the pictures?
It was, absolutely. So she paid the reporter.
Oh, her friend, right?
Yeah, her reporter Yoon to take pictures.
Yeah.
So she set her up, basically, by saying, I can't drive Kevin Lee back. Yeah. Can somebody do it? And then she overheard. She's like,
but
I'm gonna do it.
She probably was betting on her to
that's
jump
the thing.
Jump on him, right?
So that's why I kind of loved how, she.
You're like, that's what you get.
Yes, and how she kind of knew something was gonna happen, and she sent her friend to take the pictures, and then she's framing her to have her sent to this bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love how she played everybody. I loved how she was willing to go dark to make stuff happen and protect her position because she worked so hard, she sacrificed so hard. So spoiler alert, she was pregnant and she actually got an abortion because she didn't want to audition for the top news anchor position while being pregnant. And
she didn't tell her husband.
So that was a
rift in their relationship
100%.
For a couple of years.
Yes.
Till the president.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why the brooch was such a important piece, not only of evidence, but also a sentimental piece in the drama, because it was the brooch that he was going to offer her when she told him that she was pregnant. Yeah. And she actually used it as the brooch
talking about that. Kevin Lee was kind of a douchebag.
Oh, he was totally a douchebag.
This guy, gave this guy his brooch back.
Yeah, that was so brutal.
Oh
my gosh.
And so douchey. Come on, man. You just
I don't know how many times my heart broke for Taewook. Many times.
This guy, what happened to the bro code?
So much pain. And I love Jin Ji's acting. Because it wasn't always subtle.
You're really good with these names.
Yeah, I am good.
I'm that guy.
I pay attention. I want to know. I want to be able to talk about their names and who they are. I just love it. I thought there were some scenes where it was more extra, like when he breaks the glass because he's just in so much pain. But there were scenes where in his eyes you would just see, I felt the guy's pain so many times.
Do you remember that episode where I think he realized, he just broke down crying because he found out that Go Hee-ran didn't actually cheat on him.
When was that?
Yeah, he broke down crying, and then at that point I didn't know that he actually killed
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The husband kills Kevin Lee.
Yeah, I didn't know at that time he killed Kevin Lee, but I don't know why he was crying so. But then when I finished watching, I was like, wait a minute. That's why he was crying so hard.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And saying that, I shouldn't have done this for you, because he was in love with his wife so much that it caused him to be in that circumstance to kill that guy.
Right.
And that's why he was so hurting, and also because he framed his wife too.
Yes, which was I kind of like that. I like that.
It's petty, but
yes, I like that. No matter how much he loved her, he still wanted revenge in a way for the sin that he committed on her behalf, but also just to say, you did something bad and I want you to pay for it, even though I'm gonna save you in the end, which was weird. And
because his character was one of those calm, collected types.
Yes, but then you realize underneath.
You see it slowly unraveling.
Yes.
Remember that scene where he was in a cafeteria and two other guys were just
and he punches the dude.
Yeah.
Yes, and his mom is all shook, looking.
It's yo, what happened?
I know.
What's going on?
And I liked how he played that dichotomy of being the perfect husband. It comes from a really great lineage and family and background. But at the end of the day, he's just a man who's crazy in love with his wife who never really loved him, and how he's willing to go to any length to prove to her how much he loves her and he's loyal to her. I mean, when he had his friend, who's in the Blue House, I think he's the press secretary. In Thailand, and his wife is I wanted to meet this guy, and he actually calls him up as a favor. And just the way he looks at her and she looks at him,
and they understand.
And just the lengths that he's willing to go to prove his love and what I love though about the show is how consistent Guyahan was, at least for a good chunk of the show, to say, you know, you're my business card, and he was like, I'm happy to be your business card. I'm happy to play that role if that's the role you want me to play.
That's what she verbally says, but also I feel like she did love him. Right?
Yeah, especially towards the end, where and that's one of the reasons she wanted to break up with him, because she realizes, I'm falling in love with this guy, and she had seen her mom go through all this pain with other men, and she had promised herself that she would never go down that route. So that's why she broke up with Kevin Lee, which she loved, and she married Tae Wook, which she didn't really love, but he loved her. And she figured for her career, he could help her because of all his good connections in his family.
Yeah.
And then she falls in love with him, but then he kills her ex-lover. And
what a roller coaster.
Yeah, what a mess. But I have to say, Misty is definitely in my top 10 favorite dramas. And I mean, that's just a storyline. There's so many other elements in the drama.
Oh yeah, like the fashion.
The fashion was beyond. Oh my god.
The fashion for the main character specifically.
And I love the fact that all the actors were older actors. Most of them are in their 40s.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like an idol drama or something.
They were much older. They played more maturely.
The only like younger one was the up and coming.
Yes, and even still,
then,
she was great.
Like, it was subtle, you know.
Yes.
It wasn't like over the top, like, oh look, I'm so beautiful.
Right. Because she also played really well with. I'm beautiful, I'm young, but I'm also very ambitious, and I'm willing to use that.
Well, even at the end, they became like kind of like allies, right?
Yeah, and when I love that scene when Go Yehan and the young puppy camera guy and the Unbei, and they find this guy who was having sex with prostitutes at the hotel and did this live thing.
They kind of redeemed themselves.
Oh my god, I almost fell off my chair. I was so in awe.
I was like, yes.
And with the music
Justice.
playing, oh my god. And then let's talk about the music. Okay, so this soundtrack, both the OST and the BGM were just phenomenal.
Go buy it, listen to it on YouTube, whatever.
It's just, oh my god, the theme song was so epic. I mean, when they would put the theme song, her walking in one of her amazing pantsuits, and then walking in slow motion out of the newsroom, I was just like on the floor. Those pantsuits were everything.
But like, you know how Hillary Clinton likes to wear pantsuits?
Oh, I know! Like, seriously, she should watch Misty to see what a killer pantsuit, like a killer feminine looking pantsuit looks like. Everything was great in that drama. The fashion, the hair, the jewelry.
She held herself with like, I don't know how to say it, like dignity.
Yes, and grace.
Grace. Dignity and grace.
Oh my gosh. And even the men's fashion, I thought her husband's fashion was impeccable.
I feel like
he looked rich.
He looked good.
I loved it.
Like his clothes fit, but it wasn't like...
It wasn't over the top.
It didn't overshadow her.
No, I agree. I mean, she was definitely the star of the show. And I think everybody around, and you're right, that's a really good point you bring up, that she was the star and everyone were supporting characters, but she still she would shine as the star in the show, for good and for bad, basically. So we talked about the music, we talked about the fashion, the cinematography. I have to say, oh my god, everyone looked so good in that drama. They looked young, they looked fresh. I mean, those scenes that they would film at dawn were just amazing. I was losing my mind every time.
What I really like about this drama was it took something simple, like maybe two characters talking to each other, and made it like more than what it was.
Yes.
But in like a good way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And I guess it was a mix of the music, the dialogue, the look and feel, the cinematography, the lighting. The lighting was lit. It was just literally. It was just so perfect. And just the way they would play with the shadows and the light. Oh my god. I remember, so one of my good friends, she's an actress, and she watched a few episodes, and she told me it must have taken forever to film this because it had this very slow kind of feel to it, and then shifting the lighting to get that perfect mix of shadows and light. So she told me it must have been painful to film, but the result is just phenomenal.
It's a good show.
Oh, it's great. It's not perfect by any means.
Yeah, like there's some things that are like, what?
And definitely the ending. The ending got a lot.
Yeah, the ending got a lot of flack.
A lot of flack.
For example.
Let's read a couple of comments on dramabeans.com. Let's see. I mean, people just got really upset.
People started making fun of it.
Yes. So here's one from Michi. Well, the ending was kind of unexpected but not exactly shocking. Any form of happy ending went out the door the moment Tae-wook confessed to the murder. I just thought he would get minimum jail time since it wasn't exactly premeditated and he confessed to it willingly.
True.
I feel bad for Yehan though. I wish they would have shown how she moves on after this. It seems like nothing really much happened plot-wise in episodes 15 and 16. Which is true. It felt, it felt rushed. It felt kind of like put together at the last minute.
And she makes a good point, like Kevin Lee's wife, like got the short end of the stick, right?
She definitely did. Poor, and I think
about it, like you working so hard, 15 years in America.
Busting her ass, what was she doing? She was like cleaning buildings,
supporting
or something.
her husband
who was cheating on her, by the way.
Oh yeah,
even back in the days.
Yeah, and then you come to South Korea, you finally get some success, and then your husband dies. Your husband gets killed,
and nobody's taking the blame for his death.
And nobody's on your side.
Yes,
and the person you thought was on your side was actually cheating on your husband.
Yeah.
And their whole everybody in Korea wants to just close the case and get on with their lives.
And not only does she loses her husband, she loses her baby.
Oh yeah.
She loses her status because she wasn't really doing anything. She was Kevin Lee's wife.
Yeah.
She loses her pretend best friend.
Yeah. And her manager.
Kevin
Lee's manager dies too.
Yes. So she's left completely alone. Coming to Korea was the worst decision of their lives. They should have stayed in America.
Yeah, like
washing
because he won the PGA Tour or something.
Yeah,
right?
And that's how he got so popular and decided to come to Korea, and then they stayed, and the whole thing unraveled. Yeah, so
a tragic story for her.
It was, but I have to say the actress who played I don't remember her name. But again, if it were idols, there's no way we would have gotten that level of subtlety, the way she played the character.
Good casting.
Great casting, stellar casting, like just the facial expressions.
Like she was pretty, but she wasn't like, they didn't make her like, she didn't overshadow the main character again.
Yes, to your point, I think it was something very deliberate, but the acting that she brought, the acting game, they were equals. They were equals in the way they acted. They were equals in the way they would strategize. And you're right, like she wasn't too pretty, which played well with Kevin Lee left the woman that he loved that was super pretty for this more average-looking girl that worked her ass to support him. And then he cheats. So I guess you kind of understand. I don't want to say that we understand why he did it, but I kind of like how they chose her as this average-looking woman. Yeah, just to balance the whole thing.
If we really want to put the blame game, I think it's all Kevin Lee's fault. He was such a douchebag.
He was an ass. I wasn't even sad when he died. I mean,
cheating.
A human being died, so it's sad.
He was cheating on his wife.
He was just being an overall asshole.
Not only that, he
framed Go Ye-han to get back at her for revenge.
He was so petty too.
He was really petty. And I mean, that interview was so awkward, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I gotta say, I love that actor. That actor, I can't remember his name.
He was in
Save Me,
or Rescue Me.
Yes.
Another name for it.
And he was just this weird
guy. Guy.
But then you see, oh my god, I'll never forget that scene at the airport where Go Ye-han, Go Ye-han's mom dies, and then Tae-wook tells her, your mom has died, and she has to decide between going to the airport to find Kevin Lee and have exclusive rights to an interview with them, or go to see her dead mom at the hospice.
Yeah.
And she chooses to go to the airport, so she's all, in disarray, and she's just really messed up, and she's like, I can't believe I did that. And she bumps into Kevin Lee, but she doesn't know that it's Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
And the guy just looks at her with his jawline, and he just takes off his Tiffany sunglasses, and I almost died. It was just so perfect the way they filmed it, and he just looked so good. Oh my god. Oh, that show. And it's the thing about that show, those little moments, those little details, that slow motion reveal.
Yeah.
It's an art form, and they really nailed it with Misty.
Even the ending when she is looking into the camera and you see her eyes are
Misty?
She's about to cry. Her eyes are very misty, very watery, and it's like she's like half smiling, half about to break down on national TV or on the TV.
Oh, that emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And then I was reading theories online.
About what?
About there might be a second season. Her husband doesn't actually die.
No, I mean, I would love to see a second season of just that character. Of
he goes in hiding or something. Like
cool.
all these theories online.
I mean, I would love to see a second season of Goyeran's. Like, let's say she stops her.
What would she do? Like though?
I think it would be moving on from her ex-husband and probably going back to becoming an investigative journalist, and you know. She wanted to bring down all these powerful people who were very corrupted. So what happened with that? It kind of just disappeared.
Oh yeah, that kind of like just got rid of
I would watch 15 seasons.
I really like the director, how he supported her though.
Oh, Director Jang.
Yeah.
One thing I found was interesting. Do you remember at the end when she gave him the paper to say, this is your news headline that Tae-wook actually killed Kevin Lee.
Oh, yeah.
He actually put it in a box, like he was going to put it in an envelope in this burn box.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he had like all these secrets.
That blackmailing box.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't know what happened to that piece of paper. I remember rewinding.
Did he put it in the box?
He was going to.
But he didn't, right?
He didn't. So we don't know if he threw it out or if he
just doesn't exist.
If he put it elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting thing. I loved it. What
he was really good. I liked him when he confronted that.
Yes, and he was like, "They're my family.
Yeah.
Like I'm protecting my." I was like, I was crying. And he's like a good-looking older man.
He was in the other like the earthquake drama, like another one, like 2012 or something.
Oh, I didn't see that one, but he wasn't.
But he was also a director there.
Oh, was he?
But he was a mean one though.
Okay, because I saw him in Forest of Secrets or
Okay.
Stranger. He plays this like bad dude, bad CEO or something.
Yeah, bad CEO. So this was like the first one he was kind
of good. Yes,
good, yeah.
At least from the dramas that I've seen him with. So I was rooting for him. I was just so. He was great. I mean, honestly, the entire cast. I have to say, it was my first drama with older, more mature actors, and now I find I have a harder time going back to
you should
dramas
watch
with
this new drama called Ajishi, My Ajishi.
I know we've talked about this before. It looks so different. So actually, the guy who plays the lead in My Ajishi is the husband of Kevin Lee's wife in real life. So they're married in real life. Yeah, and it's cool, eh? So yeah.
Because he's like a super hunk, like.
Yeah, and he has like that deep voice.
He has a deep voice.
Yeah, he's her husband in real life.
Wow.
Is it cool?
That's really cool.
Yeah. So she hit the jackpot in real
he's
life.
tall. Like I don't know what his name is, but he's been in a lot of dramas, like good ones too.
Yeah.
And he plays like the serious looking guy, or sometimes the funny one. But My Ajishi, new drama for you folks out there.
Yeah, unless
you should watch it, Christina. It's so good.
Lang has been trying to get me to watch that show.
That show and Mother.
Depressing.
And was it Mother or Call Me Mother, the Korean version?
Yeah. Lots of good TVN dramas. TVN is the network. I gotta say. So yeah. So any other thoughts on Misty?
That's it. Like, what are you guys' thoughts on Misty? Put it in the comments section below, and we might respond to you guys, and we could dish out new theories or like what you guys liked about the drama.
Yes, and if there's another drama you want to discuss, let us know in the comments so we can attack another drama and share our thoughts.
Yeah.
For another drama discussion.
Till next time.
Thank you.
Bye.